A big question that people often ask is, can you really turn to Christ after committing the most atrocious things in this human history? Like, can you really, really go back to Christ and he forgives you fully? Well, the answer is yes. And we're going to be using someone as the topic of the video. We're not going to go too into a case because it's already explained here, but we're going to react to it and I'm going to speak more about it.
How long were you on OnlyFans?
5 years.
Good God. And how much money do you think you made in total?
14 million. My first month on OnlyFans, I made 87 grand.
Oh my.
Every month was like, how can I top last month? That was my brain. Like, I fed off of that thought. You're a puppet. You're literally a pimped out puppet, and your pimps are your subscribers.
Woo! And your conscience not like bothered at all?
I'd say it really started getting bothered when my family found out. My mom like cut off contact with me. My dad, however, was a very different story. My dad encouraged me to stay on OnlyFans.
Time out.
Ex-pastor.
Hold on.
Yup.
Wait a minute. Rewind the tape. What?
So I don't know too much about this woman, but her name is Nala. Used to be on OnlyFans. I remember seeing her a couple of videos last year. I remember seeing her really playing off this persona of an insane OnlyFans chick. She was very happy and excited to be on there. And then now, as of recently, she's become a Christian. You know, it was very big. It really blew up on social media. She got baptized and everything like that. And, you know, I didn't care for the situation. I really wasn't going to speak about it. But one thing that really struck me was when I went to the comments. And they were very interesting because what I saw in the comments was a lot of people speaking on this woman, saying that, oh, she's not really changed, oh, how you can't come back after being ran through, or you're still ran through this and the third, yada yada yada. And these were by people that had Christian names or scriptures or a cross in their bio. And if none of that was in the bio, like, they would say in the comment section that they're a Christian and that she thinks that she can just come in and intercept our religion, things of that nature. And it's like, it was wild to me. It was wild to me because who gave you the authority to say who can and cannot come into Christianity? I'll tell you a story about myself, actually, because this links, and I'll get to the roundup point in the end. But recently, there were some very bad people. Very bad people. I'm not going to go into detail because they're quite close in relation to me. But so there were some very bad people that came into my life as of recently. And currently, as I stand right now, I don't trust them. I really, really don't. But one thing that was interesting was that they were saying things like, oh, they've matured and they've really come to Christ in a proper way and things of that nature. Now, who knows where this journey is going to lead to? I'll keep you guys updated. But it came as of recently now, and I was just there like, no way. There's no way you can come back to Christ after you've done all the things that you've done. That was my first fleshly reaction. But then when I signed the spirit, I was like, hang on, I need to pause for a second because this is not how I usually react to things like this, right? And that's when I started to realize that I was coming from a biased standpoint. And I really felt God in my head saying, up. Hold it right there. Yes, you have every right to be careful. You have every right to take your time to be close with these people again. You have every right to look at these people a bit funny. But you have no right to decide whether they're really allowed to be back in Christianity or not. Because you was in the exact same boat. And I started to look at my life and I realized that there was a lot of crazy, wild things that I did. And it took me a journey to get here. And the last thing I ever want to be is that person who makes it out of that dark place. And now I'm standing as a Pharisee, pointing at judging of who can and can't come into religion. What we need to understand about ourselves as Christians is that, yes, we may lead a church, or we may lead a YouTube channel, or we may lead a group of people of some sort, whatever it is, or we may be a followers of Christ, whatever it is. But these are positions. We are all equal to each other. And because we're all equal to each other, we all serve one God. The only person who gets to say so, if we can come into Christianity, is God himself. We can righteously judge. We can give criticism and give loving criticism, but we can't say who can or cannot come into the faith. Because we have to understand, we may feel a certain type of way about certain people's actions. We may be biased to it. We may be a bit like, disgusting. That doesn't change the fact that that person's heart could be in a transition phase. So who are we to say, nah, you can't come in, or whatever it is? And that's what I realized with this girl on this Instagram page. A lot of people saying that they're Christians but saying, oh, she can't come to the faith. And from what I've heard, her transition is actually very genuine. She's not all there yet. There's still things that people are still questioning, but overall, it's a very clear sign of change. She's took down the OnlyFans. She's really turned her life around and really reflected. And one thing I want to tell you guys is that no matter how deep into Christianity you get into, never think you have the authority to decide who can or cannot. Because there was someone thinking that of you when you came into Christianity. Do you understand? You have no place whatsoever. And that's why we need to know our place. It reminds me of the story with Jesus. And he favored one of his disciples. And the disciple got so big in his head that he tried to correct Jesus. He tried to criticize Jesus. And Jesus had to put him in his place by saying, get behind me, Satan, and things of that nature. That's exactly what we're in the position of now. Yes, we've been called to do great things for the kingdom and for the body of Christ, but we need to know our place. We need to know our place. We need to know our place. And I said that 3 times because we need to know our place. I don't know what's going to happen with these people that's in my life right now. I don't. But I have to give them the opportunity to really see that they're trying to change. And it's hard because these people really, 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 really annoyed me. They really peed me off. They really did a lot of wicked things, wicked things involved in witchcraft. They might fail, but I need to come with an open heart, an unbiased and forgiving heart to understand and observe in a godly, righteous manner. Not with my intuition or how I feel, because it's biased. Anytime you guys think that, someone's too big or in sin to be turned to God, I want you to think of Mary Magdalene. And there are a lot of people around her saying that, oh no, there's no way she can turn to Christ. She's been this and the third. But Jesus took her in because he saw her want to change. And she was so filled with love that she used her best perfume to wash Jesus's feet, because she couldn't believe that someone so pure could love her after all she had done. This is exactly what's happening to this girl. And if it's not in a sexual context, it happens with a bunch of other people. There's a lot of people who could be terrorists. They may have hurt you, but they could switch one day. That's not a time for us to question or laugh or push away. This isn't a secret club. This is for everyone. We need to welcome them with open arms. We need to be understanding that people can change. Everyone can change. Everyone can change despite what you feel like. Everyone can change. Just because you haven't done that evil doesn't mean that, people can change. There's even Apostle Paul, he killed a bunch of people before he came to the faith. Anybody can change. God doesn't call the perfect. He calls the people who are willing to turn to him and believe in him. So that's it. Hope you guys can take away something valuable from this video. And with that being said, let's stand tall and march to God's will together as one. God bless. Take care. I'll see you guys next video.